Hey everybody, welcome back to This Old Trike. You ever have one of those moments when you just find yourself going back to a bad idea that you had? Remember this video? Remember when I tried to make the big IBC tote vapor hone chamber? It didn't work out. Well, I'm not doing that exactly again, but let me show you what I'm doing. So I busted back out the IBC tote. So a couple things you'll notice are different. I'm not hanging it from the ceiling. One thing, I've got the metal in the ceiling now, so I don't want to just be drilling holes. The motor, this is my 88 Big Red motor. Okay, so let's okay, we're back on the 88 Big Red build, which the frame is underneath here. We were painting here like a couple weeks ago, so that's still covered up. But this is the motor out of the 88 Big Red. And as you can recall, or you may recall, if you follow the channel, which I'm sure you do, like and subscribe, all the things. I've glass beaded the motor, and it kind of came out kind of dull. It wasn't the best finish, and I wasn't really pleased with that. So that's when I tried to vapor hone it in this apparatus, and it didn't work because the water would run out and the slurry didn't stay a slurry and all the things. So what I've purchased is a higher quality glass bead that I'm going to use in my handheld blaster gun here. And I'm going to focus on just the bottom end, not the top end. The top end, after I finish blasting the bottom end, we are going to take the top end off and send it to Mike Pomgren to be vapor honed and get a new top end. Not new, but rebuilt. So I can get it back from him and put it on this motor, but I want to make the bottom end look better because when I get that back from Mike, it's going to look like jewelry. So my buddy Andy Collins, who happens to be a This Old Trike insider, we have an insider program, membership program, he was sharing pictures with me the other day of his 250 ES Big Red top end that Mike had done for him, and it looked amazing. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Why are we playing kids games? This thing didn't run like a sewing machine when I pulled it out, so why am I going to just put lipstick on a pig and stick it back in? So we're going to have Mike do the top end. The case covers, we've got some 87 case covers off of TRX 250 that we're going to put on. But we're going to take off that motor because the bottom end is junk on that motor. My buddy Donnie Bizal has that, so we're getting those from him. Going to have those powder coated and put those on to replace these. But we got to get this thing blasted. So that's what we're going to do right now. So modify, I just got a piece of plastic up here on top. This is in lieu of, you remember Sultan of Sandblast, where I rig up my shop in there to spray bead all over everything and create a lot of dust. Hopefully this keeps the dust down. So let's see how it goes. Okay, initial assessment is it's working great. This bead is definitely producing a better finish. It's amazing what a nice quality bead will do. So if anybody tells you you need a nicer quality bead, don't be like me and say, because it's actually a thing. Let me show you how nice this looks. Apparently I'm losing air. And I can't zoom in. What the heck? It's probably too close, but you can see compared to down by the shaft drive, where's my finger? Down here, that's still dull. I haven't hit that. But up in this area, I've been hitting that. And it's brighter and nice. So I probably got 10-15 more minutes left, and then I'm going to be pretty much where I want to be. The box is working good. I'm using gloves, although they're not hooked up here. So on my right arm especially, the bead is bouncing off my glove and coming out and kind of getting in my face. So that's why I'm wearing my glasses. Always wear your safety glasses. Safety third. Okay, we've raised the front of the motor, exposing the underbelly, because that's where we're at. So I'm going to show you. So using this elaborate strap system, I have raised the front of the motor to expose the bottom. I'm just going to do my best, okay? We're going to do our best. But I think another couple loads of this stuff, we're going to have it. You can see all the bead is collecting in the back corner there. We're going to be in pretty good shape. Okay? Okay. Okay. Almost had disaster there. Well, that's the blast media we used. So that should be easy enough to collect. I will mark that in a used bin, where this will be a fresh bin. But look at this. Look at the results. Nice, bright. That's what I wanted this whole time. I tell you what, it's not perfect, but it's gonna be perfect. This down here is just pockmarked from storage conditions. But you got to picture this with a nice powder coated side cover, a nice vapor hone top end, and a nice powder coated side cover over here. All new hardware. This will be fresh paint. You know, when you picture it that way, that's what we're looking for. So I will call this a success. And this is the bead I used. Speed bead, 45 pound from TP Tools. That's the part number 6703-45. Leaves a satin finish. I would say yes. Yes, it did. Cool. Now I gotta get that top end off. Okay, small wardrobe change. I was coated in glass bead, but we're gonna take the top end off this 88 Big Red motor. Never done this before. I know it's not super duper complicated, but tried to get my son out here to do this with me, but he didn't want to do it. So we're just gonna get into it, see what we can mess up. So don't take these apart enough to know exactly what's what. So we just gotta start taking stuff off. I want to leave the valve covers on, but I gotta take this one or loosen this one to access this other nut bolt. Need a little block of wood. Okay. Okay, wow, look at this. All right. So, I'm gonna take my cam chain off. I gotta turn the motor. So I guess I need to take my flywheel cover off. Be right back. Of course, this doesn't want to budge. Come on. So I got this to come out. I was surprised. I had to use some heat, and I used this. Pat Farnham told me to get one of these a while back. This is I thought it was a snap-on, but it's not. It's just like a fat blade. I ground it to fit inside here, but that thing was just about ready to give up, but I got it. So I should be able to rotate the motor now. I'm going to let that go down in because I'm changing it out. So that doesn't matter. Okay. I'm employing the bigger hammer approach, but with wrenches. I collapsed the top of the acorn nuts with my other socket because it wasn't a deep one. Okay. Okay. These Allen heads were really fighting me. I ended up putting the acorn nuts back on and hitting it with heat down low here just to confirm things were loosening up. So those are loosened up. I'm going to pull them off, which should allow me to pull the head off. And then I think there's just two 8mm over here holding the jug down. So that's what I'm going to get after right now. Okay. And dowel pin came with it. Let's look at the piston. Definitely some carbon buildup. Let's check out the valves. Definitely some carbon buildup on the valves. So that'll definitely benefit from a nice Pomgren rebuild. When it comes to the jug here, okay. There it is. Piston honestly doesn't look bad. I'm going to pop this off and send this with the cylinder just in case it's a matter of honing. I'm going to let Mike do that, like do new rings and just hone this. Piston honestly looks good. So we get a rag to stuff down in there. So when we pull those wrist pin clips out, we don't have an accident. So I'm going to slide that back up into the cylinder. Okay. I'm basically just going to kind of put it back together for shipping. So it's nice and handy for Mike. Okay, 88 big red top end, ready to send out.